Yeah. 712 blows, red on the digital face above the counter. I close my eyes and see us 10 winters ahead. You're wearing that heavy coat you haven't bought yet. I'm paying for 2 hot cups with a ring on my hand. We don't gotta talk much, just sharing the light. Just a quiet morning before the house gets loud. I can see it so clear in the steam of my cup. Every little detail comes filling me up. We ain't running no more, we just living the dream. Yeah, we built this right here out of coffee and steam. Someday soon, oh, 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 someday soon. Yeah, yeah, we got time, someday soon. I see a little silver right near your left temple. You laugh about your bag while you pull out a chair. I reach across the table just to fix your collar. No drama in the room, just peace in our chest. We finally made it out of all that noise, and this little corner is ours every week. Someday soon, oh, 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 someday soon. Yeah, yeah, we got time, someday soon. Right now I'm alone, sitting in this cold booth, drawing pictures of us to hold on to the truth. It hasn't happened yet, but I know how it feels when the future comes around and everything's real. 712 blinks fast on the wall. Just a picture in my head, 2 keys on the marble counter. Someday soon. Silence snaps in half when I remember how you looked at me. Steam rises slow from the brass porta filter near the bar. Condensation rolls down the floor to ceiling street window. Heavy bass plays low from the vintage speaker overhead. Someone slides a wooden stool across dark polished concrete. I count 6 black umbrella handles dripping by the door. The barista wipes the marble counter twice. Ice melts down the side of my clear glass cup. Rain begins to tap against the outer frame, and I am sitting right where we left off. Cold brew, yeah, yeah, yeah. Cold brew, oh, oh, cold brew, na, na, na. Cold brew dripping through my mind again. Neon sign flickers soft above the pastry shelf. 2 strangers in long trench coats order green tea to go. Brown paper sleeves stacked neatly right beside the register. The grinder hums loud for 7 seconds, then stops. A raindrop streak the paint like cinema in slow motion. My thumb traces the faint wet ring upon the wood. 8 a.m. on a cloudy Tuesday block. People rush by wrapped in dark winter coats. I watch headlights blur across the wet asphalt outside. Still caught inside the words you said at midnight. Cold brew, yeah, yeah, yeah. Cold brew, oh, oh, cold brew, na, na, na. Cold brew dripping through my mind again. table 4 still holds the shape of you. Just cold brew. You said last night I double tapped my cup. Now I notice every small thing in this room. A guy in flannel counts for silver coins. A golden retriever waits outside beside the pump. The grinder hums a slow and steady beat. 2 women share a blue umbrella by the street. The espresso machine lets off a hiss. I never used to look at things like this. I write it down before the steam fades out. I finally see what you were talking about. Double tap, oh, oh, oh. Double tap, na na na. Double tap, yeah, yeah. I just double tap my cup again. The barista writes her name wrong on a sleeve. A businessman drops his receipt and turns to leave. Condensation trickles down the front glass window pane. Someone's brown boots leave wet prints from the rain. The pastry case gets filled with cinnamon rolls. I watch the sugar dissolve inside these little bowls. The espresso machine lets off a hiss. I never used to look at things like this. I write it down before the steam fades out. I finally see what you were talking about. Double tap, oh, oh, oh. Double tap, na na na. Double tap, yeah, yeah. I just double tap my cup again. You noticed how I move when I feel lost. Now I count the tiny lines of morning frost. A green leaf floating in a paper tray. I sit right here and watch the world start up today. Double tap, oh, double tap, na na na. Double tap, yeah, yeah. I just double tap my cup again. A girl in headphones orders tea to go. The doorbells chime real soft and slow. I touch the rim once more, then I walk out the door. A delivery van air brake releases right outside. You slide across the vinyl seat and roll your sleeves up high. We got 30 minutes before your shift begins. You tell me about the wild weekend that you were in. I just listen while the espresso starts to drip. You always talk too fast before you take a sip. We used to stay up till the neon faded out. Now we meet at 8 a.m. to figure life out. Look at you trying hard to stay awake. How many hours did you get? For goodness sake, stay a while. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, stay a while. Stay a while. Na 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 na. Stay a while. The steam rises up between your face and mine. You complain about your job for the 1,000th time. I laugh into my mug, glad you never really change. Even when the whole city feels completely strange. You write a quick note on a napkin with a pen saying we gotta do this every Tuesday. Stay a while. Moving like the traffic on the street. We ain't 19, bro, with nowhere else to meet but sitting across from you right now in this booth. It feels like time forgot to take away our youth. Finish your cup, man. Yeah, you gotta run. underneath the morning sun. Amber butter, yellow streams across the floor. Steam rises slowly by the corner door. You stare at your phone, I stare at my cup. You clear your throat before you look on up. Is the Wi-Fi down again today, you ask? I smile real slow and drop my morning mask. Two strangers breathing in the roasted air. Nothing fancy happening right there. Just a minute off the fast track clock. Just two people taking time to talk. Talk to me, yeah, yeah, yeah. Talk to me, oh, oh. Talk to me, nah, nah, nah. Talk to me. I always get the drip, I never try to code. You say with a laugh that feels a little bold. I tell you that the cinnamon is way too strong. You nod your head like you knew it all along. We talk about the rain that came last night. For 7 whole minutes everything feels right. Two strangers breathing in the roasted air. Nothing fancy happening right there. Just a minute off the fast track clock. Just two people taking time to talk. Talk to me, yeah, yeah, yeah. Talk to me, oh, oh. Talk to me, nah, nah, nah. Talk to me. City keeps running outside that glass. People rushing by making hours pass. But right at this small wooden table we stay, finding something warm to start the day. Talk to me, yeah, yeah. Talk to me, oh, oh. Talk to me, nah, nah, nah. Talk to me, oh, yeah. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me, nah, 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 nah. Talk to me. You grab your coat and take your paper cup. Say have a good one as you stand on up. Amber light stays on the floor. You walk right out the door. Yeah. The quiet room held its breath completely. Then your voice jumped into my head out of nowhere. Steam rises slowly off the counter glass. A girl in yellow folds a trench coat bag. The barista wipes down the espresso machine. I watch the droplets slide along the pane. Nobody speaks while the grinder starts to hum. Streetcars glide right past the window pane. Cold air rushes in when someone opens up the door. I take another sip and check my phone again, wishing you were walking through that fog outside. Oh, 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 cold coffee, yeah. Cold, oh, oh, cold coffee. Oh, 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 you were supposed to be here. Cold coffee, na 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 na. The milk swirls slow inside a ceramic cup. A newspaper sits folded on the wooden ledge. Two street sweepers step in to grab their tea. I pull my collar up against the draft. The clock behind the register clicks past 8. Your favorite table was taken 10 minutes ago. Streetcars glide right past the window pane. Cold air rushes in when someone opens up the door. I take another sip and check my phone again, wishing you were walking through that fog outside. Oh, 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 cold coffee, yeah. Supposed to be here. Cold coffee, na 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 na. up stacked high against the brick. I keep looking at the entrance every time it creaks. Maybe you just slept through your second alarm, or maybe you forgot this place existed at all. Steam clears off the window pane. Another train goes rolling down the street. The bell above the door rings one last time. I wrap my jacket tight and leave the booth. Dark roast espresso and wet wool hang heavy near the door. He shakes his coat off and checks his phone once more. She sits 2 stools away, pulling down her kneecap. The grinder hums low while the rain taps a soft rhythm. Neither one speaks, but the room holds the silence together. Steam rises up from the silver one. 2 paper cups sitting side by side. He turns his head right as she looks away. Stay a little longer, yeah, stay a little longer, stay a little longer, oh, stay a little longer, yeah, before the bell rings at the door. Her oat milk latte got cold on the laminate wood. He pretends to read a chapter like he said he would. The barista draws a quick star on her paper sleeve. She smiles real slow, taking her time to leave. Another bus rolls by, splashing water on the curb. Steam rises up from the silver one. 2 paper cups sitting side by side. He turns his head right as she looks away. Stay a little longer, yeah, yeah. Stay a little longer, stay a little longer, oh, stay a little longer, yeah, yeah, before the bell rings at the door. 5 minutes left on his meter down the street. She stands up slow, smoothing down her coat. Nobody moves, nobody makes a sound. Just warm air floating all around. Stay a little longer, stay a little longer, oh, stay a little longer, yeah, yeah, before the bell rings at the door. The glass door opens and the cold wind rushes in. She leaves her receipt on the table by the bin. He watches her walk down the avenue. He stays behind in the warm room. A metal gate screeches open down the block. The city slowly grinds back into gear. You pull your hoodie low and check the clock. Still waiting inside your eyes, my dear. I push a warm mug closer to your hand. You always hide when things don't go as planned. The espresso machine is steaming loud. We don't need to talk about the crowd. Just take a breath and let it settle in. This is where your quiet days begin. Take it easy, oh, oh, oh. Take it easy, take it easy, yeah, yeah, yeah. Drop your heavy coat and let it go. Take it easy, na, 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 na. Take it easy. The steam is rising off your black roast drip. You tap your knuckles on the dark laminate wood. I know you blew that second chance last night, and now you wonder if you're any good. I brought you here so you could catch your wind. Nobody's counting where you might have sinned. Take it easy, oh, oh, oh. Take it easy, take it easy, yeah, yeah. Drop your heavy coat and let it go. Take it easy, na, na, na. Take it easy. People rush outside to catch their train. We're just watching water spots on the glass. You don't have to fix your whole life today. Just let the heavy traffic pass. 2 creams, no sugar, right? Yeah, you'll be alright. Just drink it while it's hot. This corner is all we got. Yeah. Why does everybody look like they forgot their keys? The grinder hums a low-pitched ebb note in the back. I count 6 people staring at their phones in sync. My shirt still smells like dark roasted hazelnut. I wonder if you are sleeping through your 3rd alarm, or if you switched to almond milk like you once said. My mind is floating off the edge of the old counter, tracing circles in the condensed water on the table. Everything is moving slow motion today, and I do not even know what I came here to buy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just sitting here. Oh, oh, oh. Just sitting here. Just sitting here. The barista writes a name on a paper cup wrong. Somebody drops a metal spoon and nobody looks up. I think about that fight we had in your hallway. Was it about the dishes or the way I talk? A yellow cab stops outside under the green awning. Steam rises up from the pavement and disappears. Thoughts running sideways through the ambient noise, drown it all out with double shots and heavy bass. I never got the answer to what we were doing. Maybe nobody in this room has an answer anyway. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just sitting here. Oh, 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 oh. Just sitting here. Just sitting here. Your chimes ring again. Another face I do not know. Cold glass against my thumb. Still sitting here. Iron legs press hard against the tile. This heavy wooden chair receives my weight. I sink into the back and rest a while before the morning crowd gets through the gate. I brought a pen to write a line or two to the younger boy who never had a clue. You thought you needed money just to breathe. You thought that everybody had to leave. I sit here at this corner table now, and I just wanna tell you how it's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be alright. Nah, 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 we made it through the night. Yeah. You spent your young years running out of time, always looking up to find a sign, working double shifts and skipping sleep, drowning in the secrets you would keep. You thought you were a failure every day, when you just needed time to find your way. Drink your warm drip coffee, breathe it in. Forgive yourself for everywhere you've been. The boy who cried in bathroom stalls alone is sitting in a place he calls his own. It's gonna be alright. Oh, oh, it's gonna be alright. Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be alright. Nah, 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 we made it through the night. 18 years old with dirty white shoes. You didn't have a single thing to lose. I wish you knew how good it feels today to put the heavy burden all away. You told me yesterday I moved too fast. Now I watch the barista stir the foam in circles. A guy in a navy coat drops his silver pen. The girl by the entrance wipes his steamed up glasses. I count 3 drops of water sliding down my cup, just sitting in this corner trying to take a breath. The coffee grinder hums its heavy rhythm. Someone leaves a coin inside the tip jar. The front door chime rings every 30 seconds, and every little detail brings me back to you. Oh, 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 pouring over. Pouring over. Na 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 na. Yeah, yeah. Pouring over. A $10 waist outside beside the fire hydrant. The woman at table 4 types without a break. A heavy wooden chair scrapes across the concrete floor. My blueberry muffin sits untouched on brown paper. I watch the warm steam rise up into thin air. Still listen to your voice inside the noisy room. The coffee grinder hums its heavy rhythm. Someone leaves a coin inside the tip jar. The front door chime rings every 30 seconds, and every little detail brings me back to you. Oh, 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 pouring over. Pouring over. Na 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 na. Yeah, yeah. Pouring over. Wet green leaves tap against the window glass. An empty ceramic mug sits on the pickup counter. I never paid attention to the tiny things around, until you said I missed the quiet part of us. Pouring over. again. I take one slow sip, just like you said. Frayed corduroy rubs against the form like an edge. I pull a loose cotton line until it snaps off clean. Steam rises from the mug, heavy with dark roast. And suddenly, I am standing in your doorway again. You had your shirt inside out, laughing soft, wiping strawberry jam off your knuckles. The brass bell above the cafe entrance chime. A stranger brushed past me in a heavy winter weave. It took less than a second for the years to fall away, leaving me trapped inside a ghost of what we made. Fragrance, oh, 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 oh. Fragrance, fragrance, na 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 na. Fragrance, fragrance, na 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 na. Fragrance. Scratchy wool sweater lying on a cold hardwood floor. You used to tuck both hands deep inside my coat. The cashier calls a name that sounds just like yours. And my thumb follows the seam down to my wrist. I take my paper cup and step out toward the street. I'm still carrying the feeling of your sleeve. It is 8:25 on a rain-washed corner. The traffic glides by like a quiet film. I keep this old jacket on just to feel the rough weave, because it is the only piece of you that didn't leave. Rough cotton under my fingers, just the thread hanging down. Still feels like you. Still feels like then. 6:45, blinks on the register screen. I sit in the corner where the steam rises slow. One day we will walk through that heavy oak door, without all the weight that we carry right now. You will pull out my chair before I even ask, and the barista will know both our names by heart. I can see us living past the noise, ordering 2 lattes with almond cream, holding hands across a wooden table, waking up inside a better dream. Someday soon, ooh, 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 ooh. Someday soon, yeah, yeah. Someday soon, na, 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 na. We will be sitting right here. 8:12 will roll around on a quiet Tuesday. You will laugh about how hard our 20s used to be. We will leave our phones face down on the napkin, watching the rain brush against the street glass. No rent due tomorrow, no desperate late nights, just sweet espresso and your eyes on me. I can see us living past the noise, ordering 2 lattes with almond cream, holding hands across a wooden table, waking up inside a better dream. Someday soon, ooh, 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 ooh. Someday soon, yeah, yeah. Someday soon, na, 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 na. We will be sitting right here. Right now I'm paying with my last $5, dreaming up a time when the bank account frees. I put your memory in the chair across from me and pretend you are already here. Someday soon, ooh, ooh, ooh. Someday soon, yeah. for two. 5 years from now, right at this table, we made it somehow. Burnt hazelnut and rain on concrete fill the doorway as he walks inside. He hangs his heavy denim jacket on the hook behind the door. The steaming milk begins to hiss behind the counter on the left. He checks his phone screen twice, then puts it face down on the wood. His sneakers leave a wet gray circle on the faded tile floor. He sits alone beside the glass and waits for nothing to arrive. She isn't coming down the sidewalk like she used to do. The steam is rising off the ceramic cup he holds. He counts the cars along the avenue in quiet blues. He pulls his collar up against the chill. Cinnamon drip, cinnamon drip, oh yeah. He sits right by the window. Cinnamon drip, na na na, yeah yeah yeah. The pastry chef rolls out the dough behind the display glass. He turns his ring around his thumb and stares out at the street. A commuter in a yellow coat steps over wet brown leaves. He takes a sip and lets the heavy sugar hit his tongue. Another 7:30 bell rings soft against the frame. He pays in cash and leaves the exact change upon the tray. Every single Tuesday morning looks the same to him. He holds the paper cup until his fingers lose their grip. He remembers how a laugh sounded over the grind. Now he leaves the second napkin lying on the bench behind. Cinnamon drip, cinnamon drip, oh yeah yeah. He sits right by the window. Cinnamon drip, na na na, yeah yeah yeah. Oh, 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 oh. He walks out into the traffic noise. He leaves the warmth behind the door. He walks away into the cool gray street. He comes back every single day at 8. Where do the thoughts go before I speak 'em? Espresso hits the cold glass, turning gray brown. My phone stays dark on the wooden table. The guy across from me looks unstable. He's counting the cracks in his leather shoes. I'm picking a song that I'll probably lose. Steam rises up to the ceiling tiles. We're all playing roles for a couple miles. I pay $4 just to sit right here, hoping my head gets a little clearer. Pour it slow, yeah, yeah, yeah. Pour it slow, ooh, ooh. Pour it slow, na 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 na. Pour it slow. Girl at the counter wipe the steam twice. She doesn't even look at the neon lights. I wonder if she hates her apartment room, or if she likes the smell of this rose bloom. My mind keeps jumping from you to rent, thinking about money that I shouldn't have spent. It's funny how a room full of strangers can feel like a shelter from all the dangers. Nobody asks me what I'm gonna do. Nobody knows that I'm missing you. Pour it slow, yeah, yeah, yeah. Pour it slow, oh, oh. Pour it slow, na 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 na. Pour it slow, spoon clinks against the ceramic rim. Outside the bus goes by, lights dim, still sitting here. Still sitting here. Solid oak, pressing deep into the floorboards. I feel the heavy wood holding up my frame. 7 a.m. and the steam begins to rise. I wish I could send a message through the noise to the kid who couldn't sleep in 2012, shaking at the counter, trying to find his name. You thought the world would end at 21. You counted every dime inside your coat. Look at me sitting where the light comes in, reading every single line you wrote. Hold on, oh, 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 hold on, nah, 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 hold on, yeah, yeah. You didn't ruin everything. The espresso machine hums a gentle tune. I bought a whole breakfast without checking funds. Remember when we shared a single slice of toast and hid inside the hallway from the suns? You breathed so fast back then, my friend. Thinking every bad mistake was the end. You thought the world would end at 21. You counted every dime inside your coat. Look at me sitting where the light comes in, reading every single line you wrote. Hold on, oh, 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 hold on, nah, 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 hold on, yeah, yeah. You didn't ruin everything. The chair holds me up real strong today. No panic in my chest, no debts to pay. I drink this warm cup and think of you. We made it through. We made it through. Hold on, oh, 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 hold on, nah, 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 hold on, yeah, yeah. You didn't ruin everything. Take a breath, kid. You're gonna be alright. Honey so violet bleeds through the dirty window frame. I set my notebook down beside a cold espresso shot. You lean across the counter with a quiet, easy smile and ask me if I know what time the rain is gonna stop. I tell you rain makes better company than noise. You laugh a little soft and slide a seat across from me. 2 steam clouds rising from our paper cups. We talk about the towns we used to hate. I never tell a stranger half this much, but something in this room just makes me wait. I think you got my order. Oh, oh. I think you got my order. Yeah, yeah. You took the sweet payment from me. I think you got my order. Nah, nah, nah. The barista calls a name that neither one of us claims. You trace the ring of water on the tiny wooden board. You say you usually hate the early morning rush, but today you found a reason not to walk straight out the door. I ask you what you do when all the city sleeps. You say you write down letters that you're never gonna send. 2 steam clouds rising from our paper cups. We talk about the towns we used to hate. I never tell a stranger half this much, but something in this room just makes me wait. I think you got my order. Oh, oh. I think you got my order. Yeah. the sweet thing meant for me. I think you got my order. Nah, nah, nah. The neon sign is buzzing right above our heads. 7 a.m. feeling like a dream we shared. Instead, you drop a napkin with the number scribbled down and walk out slow into the waking town. I think you got my order. Oh, I think you got my order. Yeah, you took the sweet thing meant for me. I think you got my order. Nah, nah, nah. Just a stranger with my cup, honey so violet fading out, leaving tracks along the floor. I guess I got what I came here for. Yeah. Yesterday you told me my eyes never sit still. Now I am watching steam curl off a ceramic rim. A silver spoon hits top with a sharp little ring. The barista writes a name wrong on a paper cup. An old lady turns a crossword upside down. And I just sit here letting all the noise settle in. It is a million tiny pieces moving on their own. Every little corner got a story to unfold. I hear the grinder buzz, I hear the register click. Just like you said, I catch it all too quick. Looking at the small things, looking at the small things. Oh, yeah, yeah. Looking at the small things. Na na na, yeah, yeah, yeah. I cannot look away now. A yellow coat hangs off a rusty iron peg. Cold water drips slowly down the glass display. A guy in a navy suit leaves his receipt on the chair. 2 college girls are laughing with their elbows touching. The front door chime rings twice, then fades into the air. Maybe you were right about the way I am. I trace the dark lines along the wooden stand, finding comfort in the details people miss. Life moves better when I watch it like this. Looking at the small things, looking at the small things. Oh, yeah, yeah. Looking at the small things. Na na na, yeah, yeah. I cannot look away now. Yesterday you told me how I look at the world. Now I am sitting here counting the drops. Table 4 is clear again. Time moves slow in here. Yeah. Chorus waffle knit sleeves scrape against my skin. I put a collar up to block the chill. Steam rises slow from a cheap paper cup, and suddenly you're sitting with me still. You used to tug this sweater by the hem whenever you had something hard to say. I taste the cinnamon you always like, and 3 whole years just melt right away. I hear the espresso grinder start his heavy hum. It takes me straight to when we had it all. You laughed into your coat and held my hand before we let the cold city take the fall. Back then, yeah, yeah, back then, na 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 na. We were living like we couldn't break. Ooh, ooh, back then. baristas change, but the tiles stay the same. Scratched up and yellowed near the corner door. You wrote your number on a napkin once and watched it slide across this wooden floor. Now I just watch the milk dissolve in shade and listen for a voice that isn't there. Back then, yeah, back then, na. We were living like we couldn't break. Back then. I touched the frayed thread dangling on my cuff, the same thread that you twisted when you cried. We were young and stubborn in the early light, hiding every secret that we kept inside. Now the street outside is rushing by so fast, and I'm stuck here holding on to what is past. Cup gets cold, buff cotton on my wrist. Just another morning at the counter without you here. A faint red lipstick that marks the green straw. You left it sitting in the ice cup an hour ago. I wrote a smooth plastic between my fingers. Nobody in this corner knows my real name. I replay that last argument inside my head. Maybe I should just stop typing back. The bass in the ceiling speaker hums so low. I watch the barista wipe the counter clean. I ain't in a rush to go anywhere today. My chest feels lighter than it did last night. Let it cool, yeah. Let it cool, oh. Just let it cool. Nah. My shoes are still damp from the heavy crossing. The girl by the window has her headphones on. I used to think every silence needed a speech. Now I just sit here and sip what I bought. 2 more hours till I gotta be at work. This quiet space feels like a second chance. I used to hold on to every single mistake, carried the weight right through the front door. But looking down at this small piece of plastic, I realize I don't need to carry you anymore. Let it cool, yeah. Let it cool, oh, just let it cool. Nah. Let it cool. The ice is melting in the water glass, leaving out before the place gets loud. I leave the green straw on the wood. Just let it cool. Sweet cardamom, scorched vanilla rise from the grinder near the corner door. He sits alone and checks his watch twice, counting steps across the tile floor. She hangs her umbrella by the glass, nods to the guy behind the bar. Too many unspoken words between them past. sitting 3 feet apart. He slides the paper cup across the wood. She doesn't touch the paper lid. They talk about the weather like they should, hiding everything they ever did. Say it now. Oh, 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 say it now. Yeah, before the steam runs out. Nah, 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 say it now. Oh, he turns his gold ring around his thumb. She draws a little circle in the spill. The bass from the ceiling speakers hums. The clock on the brick walls still. She whispers that her train leaves soon. He nods like it's easy to hear. He slides the paper cup across the wood. She doesn't touch the paper lid. They talk about the weather like they should, hiding everything they ever did. Say it now. Oh, 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 say it now. Before the steam runs out. Nah, 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 say it now. Steam fades slow into the cold room. Her taxi honks outside in the street. 2 full cups left in the dim bloom, where 2 hearts forgot how to beat. She walks away into the gray rain. He pays the tab for 2. The barista wipes the tabletop clean again. Nothing left to do. How many times do you stir before the sugar forgives you? My spoon hits the ceramic like a slow ticking clock. The guy in the trench coat is staring at his shoes. Maybe he forgot who he was supposed to meet. I wonder if my dog remembers my voice when I leave. The grinder starts humming, filling up the empty spaces. My mind is walking down a street that doesn't exist, watching the steam float up to the ceiling tiles. And nothing has to make sense at 8 in the morning. I just keep floating, floating, floating. Oh, na, na, na. Floating, floating. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. The barista wipes the silver steam wand twice. Somebody dropped the dime and nobody picked it up. I should call my sister, but what would I even say? The rain outside is tapping on the glass window. I watch a paper napkin turn brown in a puddle of milk. Everything is moving while I just sit here still. My mind is walking down the street that doesn't exist, watching the steam float up to the ceiling tiles. Nothing has to make sense at 8 in the morning. I just keep floating, floating, floating. Floating, floating. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Did I turn off the stove before I locked the door? Does the girl behind the register know my regular order? Thoughts keep spilling over the edge like hot foam. No destination, nowhere to call right now. Oh. Floating. Ooh. Oh, na, 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 na. Floating, floating. Yeah, yeah. Oh. The cup is warm calm, just floating away. The steam vanishes into nothing, and the room keeps spinning slow. This heavy vinyl chair sinks deep into the towel as I settle down. Steam rises off the mug while the city outside starts to move around. I brought a pad of yellow paper and a pen to write to you. 19 years old and crying over things you thought you couldn't do. You thought the world was ending every single time a door was closed. Look at me now, sitting right here, living all the dreams you chose. The espresso machine is humming low. I wish I could tell you what I know. You made it out alive, kid. You made it out alright. Yeah, yeah. Look at us now. Oh, oh, oh. Look at us now. Yeah, yeah. We figured it out. Oh, oh, oh. Look at us now. Yeah, yeah. I remember how you used to skip breakfast just to save a dime. Sitting in your tiny room, stressed about the tick of time. Now I drink my warm coffee slow, taking all the space I need. The scars you carried on your chest were just the planting of a seed. So stop holding your breath when the rent is due. Future me is sending all this love right back to you. The espresso machine is humming low. I wish I could tell you what I know. You made it out alive, kid. You made it out alright. Yeah, yeah. Look at us now. Oh, oh, oh. Look at us now. Yeah, yeah. We figured it out. Oh, oh, oh. Look at us now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The daylight hits the corner booth, warming up my hands. I'm living inside the future that you never planned. So forgive yourself for falling down along the way. You did the best you could to get us to today. Dear younger me, you're fine. This coffee is warm and the morning is mine. Just relax your shoulders now. We made it out. Raw peach, neon glow, coaster, stainless steel counter. I watch the steam rise in a heavy, slow arc. You look just as tired as I am right now. Sitting alone with your notebook open. I slide 2 steps closer across the cold floor and try to find something normal to say. You turn your head with a quiet smile, checking your watch while the dark rose drips. I clear my throat before I pull out a chair and ask you a question so simple and small. Can I borrow that pen? Can I borrow that pen? Yeah, yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Can I borrow that pen? Yeah, yeah. You hand it across with the tap on the wood. Your fingers are warm and your eyes stay relaxed. We talk about rain that was promised at noon, and why we both wake up before anyone else. You laugh at my joke about bitter black drip And suddenly 7 a.m. feels alright. You turn your head with the quiet smile, checking your watch while the dark roast drips. I clear my throat before I pull out a chair and ask you a question so simple and small. Can I borrow that pen? Can I borrow that pen? Yeah, yeah. Ooh, can I borrow that pen? Yeah, 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 yeah. Two strangers holding a black gel ink, nothing to prove in this quiet corner. You tell me your name as you gather your coat and leave me the ink with a nod at the door. Can I borrow that pen? 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 Thanks for the pen. I write your name down on my napkin. Thanks for the pen. Scratchy rib cotton catches on the edge of the booth. I trace the frayed hem where you used to pull me close. The steam from this black cup hits my chin like warm breath. Takes me back to November when we had nothing left. We shared a single croissant and argued over the bill. I can still hear your laughter echoing quietly still. The grinder hums low in the corner. My mind slips right back to that corner. I feel your fingers on my wrist again. Sleeves up, sleeves up. Oh, 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 yeah, yeah. Sleeves up, na 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 na. Sleeves up, yeah, yeah. Soft brush, fleece lining, resting heavy on my neck. A stranger walks past wearing the same cologne you had. I blink and I am standing by the sugar bar back then, watching you tattoo packets before you smiled again. You wiped the drop of foam right off my chin. Now I'm sitting alone where our winters used to begin. The grinder hums low in the corner. My mind slips right back to that corner. I feel your fingers on my wrist again. Sleeves up, sleeves up. Oh, 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 yeah, yeah. Sleeves up, na 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 na. Sleeves up, yeah, yeah. It was just a small cafe on 4th Street. We had wet socks and nowhere to be. You folded my cups 3 times so neat and whispered that you love me. Sleeves up, sleeves up. I still wear this jacket. Sleeves up. Yeah. 8:04, blink slow on the wall behind the bar. I close my eyes and see her sitting right here. Older, quieter, holding silver wedding bands, laughing softly at how young we used to be. You will wear a heavy brown wool coat and tell the barista we have been coming here forever. I can see the gray touching your hair. I can feel the calm hanging in the air. We do not have to rush no more. Walking slow through that front door. In 7 years. In 7 years. Oh, oh, oh. Na, 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 na. In 7 years. In 7 years. Yeah, yeah. We still drink coffee. Your hand will touch mine over warm paper cups. A small kid will pull your sleeve and ask for pie. We will trade our quiet news without talking aloud. Just a soft smile over dark roast on a gray morning. No more chasing nights that keep us scared and restless. Just two old lovers sitting in our usual booth. I can see the gray touching your hair, touching your hair. I can feel the calm hanging in the air. We do not have to rush no more. Walking slow through that front door. In 7 years. In 7 years. Oh, oh. Na, 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 na. In 7 years. In 7 years. Yeah, yeah. We still drink coffee. Right here. Right now it is just an empty picture in my mind. Just steam rising off this cheap paper cup. But I swear I see the future clear today. And I never wanna turn away. In 7 years. Right here in this cafe. 804 blinks on the wall again.